of course, to share quite interesting things. I understand you know that we are in the political season. This political season can mean so much when it comes to this period of time when you have to change leaders in different capacities. And yes, we already in nominations. Yesterday you saw 3 candidates already being nominated for the presidential seat, and of course today more shall be coming in, just like we shall be guided by the Electoral Commission. Now this calls for collective stakeholders. You understand there are a number of stakeholders which come in to support, whether physically or any kind of support when it comes to the electoral process. Of course, there are so many supporters who do aid this process, and that also calls in the religious institutions. We have seen a number of occasions, some leaders misusing the pulpits. Of course, the call has been there that differentiate these two, do not engage or do not involve politics on the pulpits, or do not involve campaigns. But yeah, on a number of occasions we've seen a few religious leaders coming out to stand and do say this and that. And I also remember some time back, I think a few weeks back, where one of the aspirants was denied access to a certain place because of religious differences. I think this is something that should seriously be addressed. And now, of course, we do have the Interreligious Council of Uganda that has to make sure that such instances are washed out of this season, and that's what we're going to be discussing here today, the responsibilities of religious leaders in this political season, or you can say during these elections. And it is my honor and pleasure to welcome the team that will be taking us through this discussion, and one is Reverend Wejuli, who is here with us, Daniel, and he is the IRCU Specialist in Spirituality, a Program Specialist in Spirituality, and he has been here in a number of occasions. But also Mr. Asingya Habati, who is the Senior Communications and Public Relations Officer at the Interreligious Council of Uganda. It is a pleasure. Let me start with Reverend. Good morning.
Morning.
It's a pleasure to have you once again here.
Thank you. It is quite some time, and today we are here, and I think we are going to be here on every Wednesday to make sure that we keep on talking to our people until we see that we achieve what we think we should achieve during this electoral season. And I think, like you said, we have a big role to play as religious institutions and leaders. Allow me first of all to convey our sincere gratitude to the management of Family TV and the owners, but also to send our greetings to those who are viewing, our family members, our friends. Like I have my brother, Colonel Benson Sifuna, is admitted at Nakasero Hospital, but he keeps on watching.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yesterday he said, the other time I saw you, and many others. And we want to praise God for this platform that Family TV has created for us, where we come and also put a tofali on what is taking place in our country. And in the public domain now, we have politics.
Yeah. And
yesterday, when after nominating the 3 candidates, we saw some people celebrating, and today we are expecting more to celebrate. But what amused me, there are people who went first to pick the forms from Electoral Commission, and the number went up to 200 and I think 20 something or 40 something. But to realize we're almost ending up with only 5.
Exactly.
So it is a bit interesting. And where did these people go with the forms? Were they serious or they were just mocking? So we want to congratulate those who were duly nominated and commission to go, only waiting for the roadmap and the pro-electoral commission program to give them how they will be moving from one place to another. So we congratulate them.
All right.
And we also allow me at the same time, we may end before others are nominated. We want to congratulate them before even their nominations. Sometimes, like we said, 200 plus picked the forms, but a few were able to meet the requirements. So we must congratulate them.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Habati, if you can also convey your greetings to the people there before we kickstart the discussion.
Okay, thank you so much, Luke. Very happy to be here, and as the Reverend has already said, we are very grateful to Family TV for this opportunity. And listeners, viewers out there, greetings.
Wow.
From the Interreligious Council of Uganda.
Very interesting. Yes, so we have laid the foundation very well, and the discussion is about religious leaders, their responsibilities, and we did, I'm pretty sure, Reverend, you could be aware that there have been some people, some clerics or some religious leaders using these platforms, the pulpits in church, to campaign for different people. Which is something you even had to address recently in a press conference, calling upon them to strongly stop that. So, first and foremost, what is the role of religious leaders in such a period of time?
It's a very good question. Religious leaders, they have a lot to do during this time. First of all, they are considered to be moral builders. That's very key to see that during this time, people show a certain level of maturity, reasoning, and in their participation as they are politicking, because when you look at the spirituality of Uganda, we believe that almost 99% of Ugandans are religious. If they are not Christians, they are Muslims.
Yeah.
And they belong to us. Our work now, today, is to tell them, you are going out there to compete for this. It shouldn't be die. It shouldn't be tooth and nail, but it should be a fair game. And for us, inside our religious institutions, in churches and mosques, we need to encourage these people to go out. Indeed, we need leaders, and we must elect leaders, and we must put leaders in place. And these leaders come from us. But how have we managed to prepare them for leadership? How have we been able to interact with them to see that when they go for politics or this campaign or competition, they do it with love, to avoid hate speeches, to avoid corruption, to avoid instigating violence, to avoid buying of voters, and also using bad language, to avoid sectarianism. And you see, once those things come in and we fail to address them as religious leaders, and perhaps we also be part of the problem, and then the outcome may not be good. So for us, our work is to be non-partisan. But it doesn't mean that we know what to do. our work during our services and on our pulpits, for me, I would encourage my fellow faith leaders to use this season, to use this time to do civic education. Okay. When you do civic education, you don't express your interests, but you help people to do rightful decisions when they are selecting their leaders, but also when they are politicking. So civic education is very key, and we have enough space to do it, and even information, because these people listen a lot to us, they respect us. When you tell them that no, somebody who is standing with you competing for the same post is not your enemy, why should you fight? Why should you beat one another? Why should you kill one another? Why should you weaponize politics? Actually, politics is purely for civilians. And if you are a military worker, maybe you're a civil servant, and you want to go to politics, the law is very clear. It advises that you quit. Yeah. And then you go to the civilian game. But sometimes you see the background of anything determines a lot. And one day I was talking about the authenticity of Christianity in my life. The day I was born, when my father came and saw me, there and then he gave me a name.
Okay.
Wejuli. And then after 11 years, I was taken to church.
11?
Yes.
Okay.
To be baptized. What does that mean? Wejuli laid a foundation. And when you talk of Wejuli, you will see things now changing. Though we look alike, but once you mention your name, it will give you a location, it will give you culture, it will give you the way you behave, the food you eat, the music, the arts, and so forth. So, Christianity is grafted, is planted on Wejuli. 11 years down the road, I've been Wejuli of a certain clan, of a certain community, of a certain society. And now, when I come to Kampala, where I will meet Asingya, I will meet Mutabazi, I will meet Otieno, I will meet so the background also has a lot to do with my behavior. Sometimes these people who come into politics, they come in politics with that kind of background. If they have been in the army, if they have been in the police, if they have been teachers, if they have been journalists, if they have been lawyers, if they have been businessmen, they will behave somehow the way they have been behaving, because the time they have stayed in that background matters a lot. So our role as religious leaders is to see that we support these people, but not in a partisan way. And when I'm doing my civic role on the pulpit, I shouldn't tell anybody that it is Wejuli, our own here. No, that's wrong.
Okay.
And then we shouldn't give opportunity and say, when Wejuli comes in, Daniel comes in the church, we give him opportunity to talk. That's wrong. You will be now bringing in sectarianism. And once you bring in sectarianism, then you might cause a lot of problems. There was, I think it was around 2011, where candidates were in a place of worship, and all of them pledged during elections. But when the other one failed, forgot about his pledge and went to court and said, we were in a church somewhere and so pledged to give 5 iron sheets. And he even gave 20,000 shillings for the construction. Now, they asked him, what did you do? He said, I only gave 10,000 for Thanksgiving. But this one swayed the voters by pledging 5 iron sheets and giving 20,000 shillings. And it led to cancellation of somebody's victory. So we wouldn't like that to happen, and that's why the Archbishop is saying that we listen. If the government is saying that we hold a bit on these fundraisings, people may think that it is in bad faith. It isn't in bad faith, but we want also to protect these candidates from being taken to court that they bribed or they gave money. But we are not denying them to come to church and pray. This is where they belong. They belong to mosques. They should go, and this is now the right time for them to pray, because they need God to support them or to help them to get where they want to go. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting. And now, Mr. Habati, you are the person who disseminates information to these people, the religious leaders and all those people who are in that category. What is your view on this person who comes out and says religious leaders should totally stay out of politics?
Thank you so much. Really, Uganda is a deeply religious country. So religious leaders are part of Ugandans, and they are part of Uganda. So that itself means they have a big stake in what happens in Uganda. So someone to come out and say religious leaders should keep out of politics, I think we need to put that in context. What do they mean? If, for example, politics or policies that are made affect everyone, so what religious leaders can do, they need to participate, maybe as Reverend has already said, by giving civic education, educating people, encourage people to go and vote, to exercise their right to vote very well. They shouldn't be maybe blindsided by the goodies they get, maybe little money they get, the gifts they get, and all that. So religious leaders, they are act as moral compass. So they can give guidance. Where things go wrong, they will point out that this is wrong. So you don't need to hush them or silence them that this is not part of your work, because they are all Ugandans. They even pay taxes. So what is wrong is for religious leaders to come out and say, go and vote so and so. That one is not right. Because religious leaders or religion should be uniting us. Religious leaders should be agents of unity, agents of peace. They shouldn't create division. Because the moment someone comes out and say, go and vote X, or I'm supporting X, remember, you have people who are believing in you spiritually. So if you point at particular individuals that they should be voting those ones, you're dividing the people, because people have different opinions and they have their own right to decide who they need to vote. So as a religious leader, even if you have someone you support, do not reveal it. What you can do is guide people on how they should vote and the do's and don'ts, basically. That's what I can say. So it is not right for people to say religious leaders shouldn't be involved in politics. But the question is, how do they get involved? And we need to put it in context. Because they are all equally stakeholders. For example, if a religious leader falls sick, they have to go to hospital. If they go to hospital and don't find medicine, they will be affected. They have children who go to school. They need their children to have better education, quality education. So if things are not going, if these services are not being properly provided, the religious leaders can say, please, this is what you're supposed to do. If they do that, they are holding these leaders accountable.
Okay.
It's not that they are part of the country and they are stakeholders.
Okay.
So you can't silence them, you can't blackmail them. Yes.
Very interesting.
But
And,
also, in addition to that, we have different categories of religious leaders. And I think what the government is saying, that the religious leaders should be out of politics. We have active religious leaders who are in service, and we have retired religious leaders. And like we said in the beginning, that you cannot serve two masters at a go.
yeah.
Because if I'm a bishop, I'm a priest like I am, somebody is a pastor, somebody is a imam, is a sheikh, and you are in active service, and then you stand for a certain position while you are still active, that's very wrong.
Okay.
Yes, I would join the government to say no. Because
Are they not also supposed to retire like the other?
under you, in your church, you don't know how many among the congregants, how many belong to different parties.
Oh yeah.
Because
Right.
you cannot have a group of people who will be with one opinion politically and follow one political ideology. People, when you gather people together, just know that you have brought different ideas together. People have different opinions. People look at things differently. So when you are in active politics and you are in active service in the church or in the mosque or elsewhere, you will cause commotion. Because when you fail or you go through, it means that you are going to sideline some of the congregants here. Let me give an example. You are a priest, and then you subscribe to NRM or to NOP, because this is true now. They are rivals. And today you come back, things have not gone on well. You enter the church, you go in pulpit. What are you going to talk to these people?
A big challenge.
Yes, then it means that one group will have to leave you and go elsewhere, which is not good. So that kind of politics is not good. And then for retired clergy, those who have resigned, they are free to go for partisan politics.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
They have chosen to go. They have chosen to go. They have no problem. Because if I want to go and contest for any political position, I'm a Ugandan, I will resign, give in my resignation letter to my supervisor, a bishop, or who, and then say, for me with the church service, I've ended here. Now I'm going for
That's okay.
politics. That one is okay.
But I see them going with the collars.
That's okay, so long as they are no longer
In active service.
in active service. So they are ready to go. You see, in politics, there is a lot of propaganda. And when you carry on propaganda, so when they go without leaving anything behind or an attachment. So we treat them like any other politician who has taken that decision. So I just wanted to supplement on what my brother said.
Very interesting.
But also to give clarification that we are not saying, even the Archbishop was very clear in Mukono. He said, if you want to go for politics, maybe you bring back what we gave you. Once you hand over our authority,
you're free to do
your
will.
Yes. But why do they go with this? This one is permanent. is permanent here.
Okay.
And
Great.
if I'm to leave it, I have again to apply it. It's a long process.
Okay.
Now, for the Archbishop to say, I've released you now, you are no longer reverend, you have gone back to Mr. So-and-so.
Okay.
And it is only him
Who can
release a priest to go and go back to where he came from.
Oh.
So it is not an easy thing, and that's why you see they remain with their collars.
They remain with their collars
until Judgment Day, because they were called out of them, and now they decided to go back to them. So they leave you there as a monument.
Oh, wow, interesting. So let me go back to Mr. Habati. We understand there are some regions that are very, very so much sensitive when it comes to this kind of politics. You find Christians, Catholics are battling it with Anglicans in some regions, even to Western to be specific. You find they're battling. How is IRCU reaching out in such communities to ensure that this game can phase out?
IRCU keeps on sending messages of peace, and the IRCU will live for harmonious coexistence. We keep encouraging people to live in peace, live with each other. You see, in this period, it is very tempting, and the stakes are very high, but this period is going to end. Within 3 months, we'll be done with elections.
That's right.
So your neighbor will remain your neighbor. So it's not good for you to create permanent enmity. Elections shouldn't really turn us into enemies, because everyone has an opinion.
Yes.
They have preferences. They are convinced differently. So if someone chooses to vote a person you're not interested in, that shouldn't be a source of conflict within our communities. So the main thing is look for people who are capable of delivering on their mandate or the mandate they are seeking. Okay. So do not look at religion as the main factor, and shouldn't, because what we all need is services. Services do not know colors, they do not know religion. So we shouldn't be using our religious affiliations as a point of difference. In other words, instead should be uniting us for the common good. And what is the common good? We need better roads, we need better education services, we need water, clean and safe water in the places where we live. So those should be the issues we should be looking at, instead of the narrow issues, the small issues that are going to divide us. So my appeal is, and the IRC's appeal as always, coexistence. Look for the greater good, and the greater good is better health services. If your hospital or health center in your village is not well equipped, this is the time for you to raise your voice through the vote. Engage the leaders, those people who are seeking office. Engage them, interact with them, question them. If they know what they are supposed to be doing, give them the vote. Not basing on we pray from the same church or we go the same temple or mosque and all that. That is secondary.
Okay, very interesting. And now, Reverend, you did mention earlier on, okay, it is something that was also agreeable, that there should not be these fundraisers and all those things during this period of time. But you understand, these are people who are living in these communities. If someone came to the church or to a mosque and they are not given an opportunity to speak or express their views, what is your message in regards to, if they come back, will they maybe be able to help this church if all these things are done, if they go through. I understand this could also be a driver, because maybe some leaders, some religious leaders are looking ahead. If the elections are done, we would want to construct this and this building. Isn't that also an influence?
You are going back to the same question you asked him. For me, unless electoral commission gazettes that places of worship are also part of politicking grounds. For me, I want to agree with the electoral commission's decision. You see, changing somebody's mind doesn't need somebody to carry a lot. Let them come in church. We will welcome them. We will introduce them. And they go like any other person.
Problem, they like speaking. They like these platforms.
No. You see, electoral commission is going to gazette where these people should gather and politic from. So if we are here and we are law-abiding citizens and really we are advocating for rule of law, then we must listen and act accordingly. It is a very short period. These people have been moving around the churches, places of worship, during the burials. They are known. And actually, they have nothing new they are going to tell these people after their nominations. We have heard them. We know them. We live together with them. Okay? Yeah. And if they say, if you go there and then things turn round against you, they will use that very things or words you used in the church. Yeah. By the way, standing and greeting people and say I'm standing wouldn't be bad. But now they will be hunting one another. What did he say in that church? And in that very church, where you want these people to stand and say hello to people, it has different agents and voters of different what? Candidates. So now if you open up and then you say, okay, now you come. We are saying go to politics, but don't bring politics in the church. Okay. Let me tell you, what can cause a lot of chaos is when religious institutions are mixed up in some of these things taking place in our country. And for me, I think they should be given space and left to concentrate on other things, to pray for them, and not to engage them in this particular process. Because now, like yesterday and today, our senior religious leaders at Electoral Commission, one, I think a very session is opened up with the prayers. And this is what they are doing. But also sitting there to see how the process is taking place. But they are not there for anybody, but they are there for all Ugandans, to pray for everybody who has succeeded and is being nominated to go and politic. A slight mistake you do, it will become their we or them against us. And for me, I love so much the religious institution to remain peaceful. These people know that we support them. These people know that they belong to us. Therefore, we wouldn't like them again to come and cause confusion from within, because I will go in the church, but I subscribe to a certain party. And then I talk a lot of politics there. And then the other one also comes. By the end of the day, you will turn it into a quarreling place. Yeah, so for me, I agree with the Electoral Commission that within these 3 months, like my brother said here, we will be done. We wait a bit, nothing will fail to happen. Even if churches and mosques are closed, still we shall have leaders elected.
Yeah, that's true.
And that one, we want it or not, by all means, we must have new leaders in place. Okay. Either you are re-elected or they bring in a new face.
Yeah.
So we must, and it is a must. And I want to urge people outside there that it is our role to see that we have leaders in place by all means.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Reverend. And I understand Uganda has had tense elections before. And of course, here and there you see violence. But it is something we pray not to have this time around. So, Habati, what do you think is the role of religious leaders in helping the electorate not side with violence in such a period of time?
The role of religious leaders, I think we've already mentioned it, but maybe to re-emphasize, religious leaders, we say they are supposed to be centers of peace. They should be places of refuge. Everyone, they should be feeling comfortable, feeling safe, that this is a safe space, a place where we can run to.
Okay.
So that will be determined by actions of religious leaders. So we should be uniting people. They should be uniting people. And they can only do this by ensuring that they execute their mandate very well. The prophetic role, they are preaching to the people as they are supposed to be, but also they hold leaders accountable. Speak against injustice. Speak for justice. If people's rights have been violated, call out on those who are violating these rights and stand up with the people who are being oppressed. So religious leaders have a big role they can play in ensuring that the situation remains calm. And they can do this by sharing peace messages, messages that are giving people hope. Just as we've already said, elections, they will come and go. Uganda will remain. We will all remain Ugandans, irrespective of the political parties that we are supporting. So the common good is peace. So we need to remain peaceful. We need to remain harmonious, working, cooperating with each other. So let this period not divide us.
Okay. Very interesting. And I understand we're also aware that Uganda is, we're in a digital presence. We are digitally okay right now, though we are not yet there. But this has caused a lot of chaos. Remember, there are some words the Archbishop did mention, and someone just intentionally chopped off or cut a little statement, and it was a spark. So in this regard, in this period of time, Reverend, if I am to ask, how can a religious leader air out messages that the electorate will not see as being siding with the other one or siding with this?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We need to be very careful now. Because every word we air out means a lot.
Yeah.
And there are some religious leaders who are on social media, digital platforms, and sometimes we are given opportunity like this to appear on national televisions. We need to shift, because my word it means a lot.
That's right.
As a religious leader. And the Bible says people should seek from the mouth of a priest words of wisdom, all wisdom and understanding. So sometimes I may jokingly say something, and then somebody runs with that, And when they run with that, and maybe they duplicate it, and you know, with this current time of AI, they can edit and put in something different. So we need to be very careful too. We need also to write what we are going to talk about.
Very important.
And when you write, and then maybe things spark out or spark off, you have a reference. Like for me, I wrote, and this is what I talked about. And it is very bad for some of us who are outside there would lose tongue. We speak like a tailoring machine. We don't even shave what we are talking about. We don't even measure its effects and the end results. Yours is to speak, but you will never determine the responses.
Yeah, that's right.
You will have space like this, talk a lot, talk nonsense, but you will never determine the responses. And the responses may be so great and very expensive for you and to the people you are leading and the community. So we have to be very careful to shave what we say, to whom, where, and why.
Okay.
Yeah, but also use those gadgets well. They are there and they have come to stay. We must use them, but use them for the good, like he has kept on emphasizing, common good.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can type and then say to your congregants, kindly, when you are politicking, consider that politics is ending up in 3 months. Uganda will remain. Your brother will remain your brother. Your neighbor will not shift because the other one won and this one lost. So be careful, mind about peace and stability.
Okay.
That's a very good use of your social media. But language that incites and say, collect, do this, don't do this. We want that one can even do better. And I think my brother Habati here, we need to start sending those messages. Yeah, for us who are in the space of mobilizing the country.
Yeah, true. Maybe to add on what Reverend has just said, yes, religious leaders have to use media, social media responsibly, but also citizens, especially the young people, should also be responsible in the way they are using. It's not one-sided, it is both sides. Because very, you mentioned the key point, you can easily be quoted out of context. Or someone will just want to manipulate what you said and they put words into your mouth. That's not right. And remember, there are laws. So much as we are in this period, we shouldn't be too carried away or too excited. We need to remember, we need to be civil. We need to be responsible and take responsibility for our actions. How do we use social media? Are we using it to build or to tear? So that's the main thing we need to be focusing on. But also we encourage leaders. The language you're using should be respectful, not demeaning, not trying to put others down. So the language that you're using also should be spreading peace. Yes.
Well, thank you so much. That is a very important one. And it is a message that should really target much of the young people outside there, because it seems like there is no respect at all. There is a lot of moral decay when it comes to, you see someone important, can be a leader, can be a religious leader, puts out something, but the response from someone, you wonder what is wrong. Where have they met that they get to be this angry? But well, we hope that you can also pick one or two things out of these and make use of these spaces that you do have very, very responsibly. We're going to go for a very short break and return with more of this discussion.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, welcome back. You are watching the Uganda We Want, and this is Church of Uganda Family TV. We are discussing about the roles or responsibilities of religious leaders during this election period. And yes, we have tackled a number of things. In case you've not been following us, I am here with Reverend Daniel Wejuli and also Mr. Habati Asingya, all from the Interreligious Council of Uganda, and they're taking us through what religious leaders really need to do. But also you have a role to play outside there. It is not entirely that you should wait on the religious leaders what they are going to tell you. You also have a very, very strong role in regards to making sure that this period of time is very peaceful, very resourceful, and of course very helpful, because at the end of the day you want a leader who's going to give you services. You want a leader who's going to help you out in different ways. Anyway, so before hitting the break, we were discussing about a bit of violence, and now this is the question I want to pose to a Reverend here with me. We have discussed about leaders, religious leaders, and their role in regards to ensuring that there is no violence, speaking hope, and speaking only hopeful message to the congregants, who of course are the voters on the other hand. But now, how about the authorities, the people who are responsible for making sure that there is peace. We have had scenarios where we have not had peaceful conversations, maybe between the police and the people. Recently, you saw what happened in Kawempe, also in 2021, 2020, remember that period of November. It was hectic and bad. So what message and how have you also been engaging the government or the state in this regard to make sure at least they also play a very good role, or maybe even their response if citizens become violent?
Thank you. You see, something called the peace takes a lot to achieve it. And for me, there is my common food I love is kalo.
Okay.
And I want to use it as an illustration and see how it can help us to understand how we can avoid violence and end up with peace.
Okay.
Before, during, and after elections. With the Kalo, to bring it on a table, you need a lot of items. You need the flour, you need the water, you need firewood, you need fire itself, you'll need a mingling stick, you'll need time and energy to be there to take care of it. It is not like a matoke you peel, you put it and then you cover and squeeze. It has a number of items that are mixed up to come up with one pellet of kalo. And when we want to have a free, fair, credible and peaceful elections, free of violence, we have a number of players. We may concentrate as religious leaders to call on people talking about peace, peace, peace. But again, there is another group which is interested in this process. For it is calling that if you don't go violent, you may not make it.
Yeah.
And now we are a number of participants, we are a number of items to come up with this kalo. Some are water, some are flour, some are saucepans,
Some are fire.
Yes. And now, if we do not organize ourselves well and agree and speak one in pursuit of peaceful elections, then things may not go well. And for me, in my understanding, I want to avoid the blame game. It is so and so, it is so and so. All Ugandans should be held responsible. Yes, we should be prepared for peaceful elections. For us, we are here now talking about peaceful elections, but they are there in places we do not know, organizing for violence. Because now here, Electoral Commission, it is upon Electoral Commission. It is the only sole organization here or institution which is responsible for organizing free, fair, credible, and peaceful what? Elections. Because their work is right from day one, organizing elections, preparing materials, preparing spaces, preparing messages, and so many other things. And at the end, they will be the ones to announce who has won the elections or declare. They have a very big stake in this process, Electoral Commission. If they call people, and then when people go there and they don't have enough materials, automatically what will come out will be violence.
Yeah.
And then if they register people and they act like referees. And they don't treat all these participants equally, then the outcome may be 50-50. So they have a very big role to play. Now we have the security organs. What is their role in elections? Because if the law says is to keep law and order, to protect citizens with their property. Now, during this process, do you think everybody is a politician? Is everybody interested in politics?
No.
Now, how is security organs and operatives are going to handle this process and the period? By guiding well those who are politicking, but also the candidates themselves, political parties and their leaders should speak to their people, not when they are politicking. Sometimes others use very, very bad language, calling others Satan, calling others snakes, dehumaning people, disrespecting. You see, it is not all about life and death. No. So political parties should do a lot on polishing their own supporters. And then we have donor communities. There are some partners of the government, or our partners, development partners, but some of them are interested in our politics, in our intern politics here. They will want to see things moving the way they want, but not the way Ugandans want. How do we handle them? And they are there. We have external influence from different countries that maybe are very far away from Uganda, but they have interest in this politics. They are supporting different groups, or organizations, or political parties, or individuals. And then the voters themselves, because now voters are like a beautiful girl put somewhere. Because what they have is a very small thing called a vote. And now everybody is presenting themselves. They are dancing well, dressed well. Some will go with a lot of money. Some will go barehanded. Some will go on foot. Others will go flying. Others will go with the mpenkoni. And then all of them are trying to seduce this girl to accept them. So what is their role with this vote people are running for? And actually my vote, one like this, means a lot. It can fail you, it can make you pass. One like this. But what is their role? That's why I said for my itikalo. But it has a lot of things that are put together to make it become what is enjoyable and edible. So when we talk of how do we avoid violence in politics, we shouldn't look at police alone or other security agencies alone, but we should look at all these stakeholders. Are we speaking the same? Are we aiming at the same thing? Or there are some groups that are against what some are aiming at? And if we all combine our efforts together and say that this time round we want to see peaceful elections. If you go to police, they are saying the same. If you go to political parties, they are saying the same. If you go to the voter, he's saying the same. Let me tell you this. We have people who are not voters, but they are very, very active in politics. You will find them running after politicians. They are the people who are next to the candidates, but they don't have a vote. Why? Some did not have time to go and update with the Electoral Commission registers. Some just neglected and said, even if I don't go there. Others did it out of ignorance. They did not know what was taking place. Others were very busy in town here in the city, and maybe they would like to vote from their country homes. They failed to go and update the Electoral Commission register.
Okay.
So now these are the very people who are assuring these people victory, but they are not voters. And let me tell you, I want to assure you today, they are the majority.
Those who are not voters.
Yes. You check the results from 1996 to 2021 and see how many people have been voting.
Yeah, that's right. I actually read it today.
Huh?
I saw the voters, not more than 10 million.
Not more than 10 million. But the people who are excited outside there, they are more than 10 million.
That's true.
People who are attending rallies, people who are begging for politicians, people who are doing what, they are more than 10 million. But the people who will go and elect the actual voters, when you check with the registers and check with the results, from 1999 to 2021, they are not more than 10 million.
That's right.
So we need to be very careful when we are dealing with these people. And I was trying to respond to what you asked. How do we ensure that there is free and fair elections in Uganda, but free of violence? These people in Uganda, but free of violence. These people who do not have a vote, they are the people who cause commotions, because they want to prove to their candidates that really I voted you, but they didn't. They want to go there, they stand there, make noise, and when security agencies say, please, if you are not a voter, go away, they want to start confrontation from there. So what is the role of the voter? They should be sure that their card, their vote is ready. Some will go with the national identity card, going for elections. You will be harassed from there. And these are the people who cause problems when they are arrested and abandoned on the pickups.
Batuganyo kulonda.
Batuganyo kulonda. It is our right to kulonda. And when you check, you go in the registers, they are not there. You had some people quarreling, saying that they denied them nomination. You see, when you see people excited outside there when you are contesting, you may think that they are all registered and they are registered voters. But when it goes to just Vyabakama's registers for verification, a big number of them, they are not voters, but they were able to sign for you. So these are some of the challenges we are getting that may end up causing a lot of commotion after elections.
Wow.
So we have a role, each of us, religious leaders, police, army, candidates, political parties, those individuals who are standing in. And now there is a confusion. There are those who are saying, for us, we are coming independent.
A number of them.
A number of them. And sometimes they don't even have capacity to monitor and oversee what is taking place during elections. With candidates and political parties, if you have seconded or recommended somebody to vie for a certain position, make sure that that person is facilitated. Maybe in their area of election or electoral, what is it called, electoral what area? They have something like 250 polling stations. And then you manage only to facilitate maybe 5 agents to be there on your behalf. What do you expect out of the remaining area? So they need to work on that, such that their agents pick the declaration forms immediately. But now you find somebody shouting, I won, but I was cheated. But on polling station X, there was no agent. How do you determine that? So that's why I said it is not all about a few of us who come here and talk, but it takes everyone who is in the process, and every Ugandan is now covered once we mention all this. And even those donor friends of ours, they're also covered. They should donate, they should facilitate, they should support, but then they shouldn't get involved in our internal affairs of how we should be governed and how we should govern our country. Though they support us. Yes.
Very important message indeed. How about you had something you wanted to add on, but in regards to that, after your submission, you can also tell us what has gone wrong. You find a party having primaries, but we are beating ourselves in our own party. We have I'm giving an example. We cannot have a rally, like a procession of candidate A on the right side of the road, and then candidate B on the other side. Trust me, at the moment, these people are going to fight. What has happened?
Thank you so much. Maybe before I come to that, Reverend raised a very important issue on voter apathy, why people don't turn up to vote, even when they qualify to vote. They already registered, they know where they are going to vote from, but they don't show up to vote. I think it is important that we really emphasize the message on the centers of responsibility. You already talked about the Electoral Commission, what it is supposed to do. So if trust and people trusting the process, that could be one of the reasons maybe why people don't show up to vote. But also, if there is a lot of political violence during this campaign season, people tend to shy away. But also there is misinformation. You mentioned the primaries. Some people may think this is actually the election. They will think party primaries is the election, so they think they are done. So that means there's more need for civic education and voter education, so that people know what exactly they are supposed to be doing. The other thing that the center of power, you mentioned the security forces. Yes, the law allows the Electoral Commission to work with the police. That is what the law says. But most times you find also the military is engaged in this civic exercise of elections. So I think the police needs to ensure that they really exercise their mandate judiciously in accordance to the law. Let them be seen to take charge, because this is what the law says. Instead of, yes, the law somewhere allows them also to call on other security agencies in case there is need. But all the time, is there really a need? We've just seen the Kawempe by-election. What happened, everyone knows. So we do not want to see a repeat of that. The other thing, the other center of responsibility is the media. How is the media doing their work? Are they impartial? Are they doing what they're supposed to be doing? Are they giving proper information and correct, accurate information? We already talked about social media. There is something they call misinformation, but also disinformation, which is deliberate. You know something is not true, but you share it to confuse the public. So we need to be aware of all these factors that are at play. But the main goal is to ensure we have free, fair, and credible elections that are peaceful. Maybe to come to your question on the primaries, why people within the same parties tend to fight, or there is violence that we've already seen in these same political parties. I think the people, the culture they have created, they look at elections as business. They look at elections as a do or die thing, which shouldn't be. They are not looking at elections or leadership as service. They are looking at it as something they have to invest in. That's why you see people putting in lots of money. Some even sell property so as they go through. So imagine if they think they are not going to go through. That's when they begin to become violent, because they want to show or to protect the interests or the investments that they have put in. But it shouldn't be like that. We should be looking at leadership or politics as service, serving the people. Not if I'm not there, then they should. Someone else shouldn't. So we should be aiming at service to the people, and not selfish interests that are driving people. And that speaks to the challenge that we are currently facing today. For example, everyone wants to become a member of parliament because people think that's where money is. So it is money that is driving people, and it is making them become violent because stakes are very high, they're putting a lot and they want to recover, which is very wrong, very wrong. We should be looking at service, serving people, leading people, not ruling or business.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, that's very, very important to note. I understand we are left with just one block, so we are going to go in for a short break and we return with our final piece. So please stay on as we come up to wrap up everything that we've been discussing here, but also looking at the way forward as we head into this season, 10th season.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back. We are discussing the responsibility of religious leaders during this election period, and yes, we have had a very wonderful discussion all the way from 10, and here we are in our last block. I hope you've also been able to pick one or two things and also engage, because I understand there's YouTube where you can do comment and share your thoughts as well as we continue this discussion. And here with me is Reverend Daniel Wejuli, and also we have Habati Asingya, all from the Interreligious Council of Uganda. They've been taking us through this discussion. And yes, I want to now look at, we have talked much about the religious leaders and what they should do and all those things. But if we are to look back at them, what challenges are they likely to face, Reverend, during this period? Them as religious leaders.
People think that religious leaders should respond to every situation which is there.
Yes.
And they think that they have solutions, which is true and which may not be true. And then too, people will expect religious leaders to support them. One time, when I was still in active service in a parish, certain people could come in and say, you know, I'm a Christian. Now I don't have enough money to support my program. Can you just help me and mobilize for some resources to support my cause? Some people think that when maybe they come from Christian fraternity or Muslim fraternity, they will get some support from there. And I think we don't have that support, that financial support. From the best of my knowledge and about what I know, they will not get that support from us, from religious leaders. And some will expect us directly to stand and say, elect so and so.
Wow.
And they will want to manifest and also talk about what they have done for the church or other religious institutions. It is me who built that toilet. It is me who brought that chair you priest you are sitting in. It is me who bought the other baptism font. It is me who did this. Sometimes they come in strategically when we are not aware of what they will be expecting from us in the next time to come. Okay. It is me who came here and organized this circle. It is me who came here and put this money in this. It is me. So they will always come and claim for what they have been doing to support their cause. So sometimes we get frustrated, we get challenged, and but of course we want peace. Responses to such demands may end up frustrating some of them. And I want to assure them that if you think that maybe you belong to a church, you belong to a church institution, a school, a hospital, a university, or a tertiary institution, and then you go there. I have been a head teacher here, I have been a chairperson in management, I have been a chairman PTA, I have been a teacher here, and you want those institutions to support you, and then that's wrong. So they may get frustrated, and it is a challenge to some of us.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the final on that, we were talking about because today I wanted to I wanted us to give people time to make calls, and we see how they have perceived us, and we see whether we are speaking to people. Sometimes you talk and people have switched off and they are not there in their houses watching. So if they make calls, they give you more energy to go and prepare for more talk shows. So the challenges shouldn't scare religious leaders from doing their role, and also pursuing for free, fair and credible and peaceful elections. We should stand on our feet firm and say no to where it deserves, and say yes to where it deserves. If it is with the Electoral Commission and we are not seeing things moving on well, we shouldn't confront them on social media, using our media houses to speak against them. But we have a platform where we can invite them and discuss about these issues. And then one time we need you to invite IRCU and the Electoral Commission. Maybe you mix up with the other those centers we have talked about. We have talked about social media, we have talked about media, about police, about what other security agencies. We need to bring these people here and we discuss these issues when they are here. Yes, and last time we witnessed, he was a part of the meeting, people saying we are assuring Ugandans that there is going to be peace during elections. And we brought all political leaders who accepted and other duty bearers who accepted to come. What was the name of that?
The Peace Pledge in 2024, last year in December.
Yes, a peace pledge. We started it some time back to start preparing these people. And they signed peace pledge to assure Ugandans that there is going to be peaceful elections come 2026. Can you imagine? Some time back.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, very interesting. As you can be able to go through our channels, please make use of them, and also that number scrolling just down there on the screen, please make use of it as well. So as we wait from the people out there, let me ask Mr. Habati to also tell us about the role or what IRCU is doing, just in case there is misinformation or propaganda against a particular church leader or a church or a religious institution.
Okay, thank you so much. The Interreligious Council of Uganda, we work in different ways. We are working, we have what we call shuttle diplomacy. And our shuttle diplomacy, it is working quietly with the stakeholders. For example, in the last 2 years, we've been engaging different stakeholders. We've had a series of meetings with the Electoral Commission and mentioned the issues that people are raising. And we've had one-on-one with them, engaged with them, and they gave us assurances on how they are going to address those issues. We've had a meeting with the police and also raised issues pertaining the way they are handling citizens, and especially during this electoral period. And also they gave us assurances. We've met the diplomatic community, the donors, the different embassies, including the European Union. But as I said, these are quiet engagements. We are calling them shuttle diplomacy. So we are engaging at different levels with different duty bearers to remind them of their duties, and the main goal is assuring peaceful, credible elections. But also, we have what we call pastoral letters. For example, we've already issued a pastoral letter calling on all Ugandans and stakeholders to remind them of their roles during this critical period that we have entered. Okay. We have also, through our peace department, we are disputing codes of conduct. Codes of conduct to the security forces, the police, what are they? Reminding them, they already have these codes of conduct, but we are saturating them in a user-friendly manner so that someone can, when they're in the field, they can just pull it out and read. We are doing this to the religious leaders. We are doing to the candidates, the political candidates. We are also the media. So that everyone knows what you're supposed to be doing in this particular period. So to your question, what we can do is engagement, and engagement is not going to stop. We'll continue to engage to the point that we need everyone on board. And our main advocacy issue is on diplomacy, rather dialogue. We need to talk to each other.
Okay.
We can't win when we are not talking. Engaging in dialogue is very key. That's the route we need to emphasize, and that's the route we are taking.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Very interesting.
But also,
Reverend,
people should put at the back of their mind that IRCU and religious leaders are not activists. No.
yeah,
We are not activists.
That's right.
And we must maintain our dignity. We must do things with due respect. And like he has talked of shuttle diplomacy, you don't expect His Grace to go on the streets and make noise from there. Not even here. When he comes here, he comes to address issues. When the Mufti is addressing issues. Yeah. So you don't expect them to run around because you have been beaten or arrested or kidnapped, and then we throw away our clerical gowns and run on the streets and say, we are not activists, but we see and act accordingly, but in a shuttle diplomacy.
Okay.
We shall maintain that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You have Timothy here who is saying most churches are pro-government. Kindly tell Reverend that.
That's one.
I don't know what this could be meaning, but I think most of the comments say the church is leaning so much with the government.
Now, if Timothy will become the leader of this country tomorrow, and then the church or religious institutions gang against him, will that be fair?
No.
But also, I wonder whether that Timothy is spread all over Uganda.
Of course not.
If Timothy is in Kampala or in Busia or elsewhere, he doesn't know what is happening in Kisoro. So those are sweeping statements that we are trying to help these people to avoid. Because you are going for something, but you already decided.
Yeah. You already have a side.
Yes, you are already biased. And once you go into something when you are already biased, even the person who would have helped you will not help you. For me, I want to assure him that they are not. They are not.
Okay.
And we are not against the government. We want to maintain our neutrality.
Okay.
Yes, and how I wish that Timothy becomes a leader of this country and see how they will support them or him.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's another one here, like how can faith communities encourage informed decisions without endorsing candidates?
The one asking that question is part of the faith communities. And when these faith communities are making decisions, I don't think there is a faith community where Christians or so and so sit somewhere and say, this time around,
we're going for this one.
When they are doing it, maybe they do it in a hidden space, because we are very, very sensitive with our congregation. We know that the congregants are mixed up. Now, if you stand, there are some religious leaders and some small Christian sects and other groups that have come out and said, for us, we are putting on yellow. For us, we are putting on red. We have bishops who are saying, I'm a bishop of change.
Yeah.
And he's leading a church. And with his believers, he says, all of us, we are believers of change. And the other groups are also saying, for us, we are yellow. For us, our work is to tell you what is supposed to be done. And if there are those individuals, extremists, who are going beyond what we are saying here, we have no power over them. And I want to remind you that the Interreligious Council of Uganda is owned by only 7 faiths here in the country. There are some who are not part of us. They are individuals. They have one church, and they use that church to talk whatever they want.
Yeah, they are at hierarchy.
Yes, it is their right. They are the top leaders, they are the middle leaders, they are the lower leaders. So we cannot avoid them, and they have their own rights and opinions. But for us, those whom we know, those who are the owners of IRCU, we believe that our neutrality is very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah, and if there are those who are doing it, they are doing it on their own interests, but not on the interests of IRCU. Okay. Ours is that we support each and everybody, and we come up with free and fair elections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Reverend. That was quite interesting. Now we are left with just a few minutes. I believe we can get enough of those comments and at least allow them to continue sharing more as their conversations go on. But now I want us to head to the recommendations and way forward as we look forward to this period of time where we are going to be seeing leaders coming in and others going out. What is what practical steps do you think government can take and the electoral bodies majorly to take to work with religious leaders? How can they work together to ensure that this period of time is very, very peaceful, credible, just like we know, free and fair?
Maybe the way they can work together is to ensure they do their work in accordance to the law, and they ensure there's justice and fairness. Because when everyone is feeling they are being treated in a just manner, they are not going to complain. They are going to remain peaceful. So government, maybe electoral commission, the security forces, especially the police, they need to do their work following the law, not showing favoritism, not showing partiality. They have to remain professional as they do their work. Treat everyone equally, irrespective of whether they enjoy the benefits of being incumbent or they're in the other side, maybe opposition and all that. So everyone should be feeling they are safe and they are being treated in a just manner.
Okay, thank you so much.
Maybe to religious leaders, they need to be bridges. Build bridges. Please, we do not need to see you creating divisions. Maybe Reverend would clarify more on membership of IRCU so that we are clear.
Yeah, then how we can work together. when we are working together, we should avoid fault finding from one another. But also, we have enough space where Electoral Commission and the government can come and sensitize people from. Because they will not need to put their money. The only money they are going to put there is the money they will send their agents to come and ask for space in the church, and then they do vote education or civic education, and talk about peace, and talk about how people should behave during this process. Because that space is there and we have people there. If we are to go preventive, yes, if police writes to us and says, Church of Uganda, allow us to access your churches and do some polishing from there, they will come and tell people, and sometimes they don't use these spaces. Let me tell you that on every media house, government has been given time, 3 year time.
That's true.
I don't know how much have you given them here.
It's 1 hour.
1
Actually,
hour.
It was the show before we kicked in.
Yes, but how many do come here? The senior ones. They will send the junior ones. But we need these senior ones to come and occupy that space and speak with authority. You get the point? If somebody representative from the government comes here and uses this space to do civic education, the church is working together with the government. This is a church television. What else do you want us to do? We have created space for them, and we have given them free airtime, yet we pay taxes. So if they don't come and occupy that space, then you don't blame us. If they don't come in churches, in mosques, and say, guys, what is happening outside there is not good. It may lead to this. And by the way, should I tell you, people outside there now know that there is no government in place. Yes.
Because we are going to vote.
Yes. The government is there, and they will handle you accordingly.
Sure.
And then when we talk of IRCU, specifically we are meaning these religious institutions. One, the Roman Catholic Church.
Okay.
And not the whole of Roman Catholic Church in the world, but we are working with only Uganda Episcopal Conference.
Okay.
They are the ones who accepted to be part of IRCU. Uganda Episcopal what? Conference. And then the province of the Church of Uganda, and then the Uganda, the Seventh-day Adventist Uganda Union.
Oh.
I want to be specific.
Okay.
Uganda what? Union. And then we are working with the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Uganda Muslim Supreme what? Council. But we have other Muslims who do not believe in the Uganda Muslim Supreme what? Council. Okay. I think in quotes they are there. And then we have the Uganda Orthodox Church. And then the other one, we have the born again faith in Uganda. And we have the Association for Pentecostals and Evangelical Churches in Uganda. Okay. And then we have other 8 with whom we work at program level. They don't have a representative on the Council of Presidents and on the board. They are still new. Because our process, it takes some time to be admitted as an associate member. By the time you grow through those ranks up to ordinary level, that's when you'll have a member of Council of President on the top. So we have Salvation Army. Is a big church in Uganda. we have the Buddhist community, we have the Jewish community, Dini Abayudaya, they are also part of us here.
Okay.
We have the Baha'i faith, we have Anglican Orthodox, we have the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay.
And then lastly, we have the New Apostolic Church. It also applied, and those ones, there are 8 of them. We are working them at program level.
Okay.
So we involve them in all our activities, but they don't have representatives on the board and the Council of Presidents. But sooner or later, when they behave well and they observe our norms and our values, they will be considered to be brought to other levels.
Okay.
Now, those who are outside those circles, we are not responsible for what they do, what they say, what they believe in, and where they are.
Okay.
So if you hear religious leaders, don't say, IRCU, so and so I said this. First of all, you need to check in our structures, is that person or pastor or bishop or sheikh under or among our structures?
Okay.
When they are part of us, we will immediately come up with a statement to clarify on what they will have said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, Reverend, and thank you so much, Habati. It has been quite an interesting one. Maybe if you can just use just 30 seconds, because we are really past the time we're supposed to use, just 30 seconds to air out your parting shots.
All of us have a stake in the coming election, or in this election which is already in progress, and let's all be agents of peace.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Reverend.
Thank you, our moderator. Just like you said, we are all responsible. It is not one man's show up. It is for all of us, and it takes a lot to come up with good leaders. If we fail to come up with good leaders, then we will come up with bad services. And never blame anybody. Your vote, carefully placed somewhere, is the good hospital you are looking for, is the good education you are looking for, is the good road you are looking for. But if you are taken up by a tablet of soap, you are finished.
Wow.
Bye-bye for today. By God's grace, if He wills, we meet next week.
Well, thank you so much, Reverend, and thank you so much, my brother Asingya, for these interesting remarks. And I really hope you picked one or two, and that last shot from Reverend should really trigger you so much that you do not just vote anyhow when the time reaches in 2026. My name is Luke Majumba. All night I want to appreciate you so much for joining us. Of course, you are required to stay on for more programs that are coming up, but for us, we want to wish you a lovely day ahead.